going to give you 5 lessons from Niccolo Machiavelli that will help develop your Machiavellian thinking. Some of this knowledge came from his book, The Prince. I will leave a link in the description if you want to check it out. There's a lot that we can learn from this man, so let's get into it. Morals by HANDICAP. This is a very important lesson and some people learn this the hard way. Allow me to explain. If you're a moral person going against a person without any morals, you put yourself at a disadvantage. The moral principles limits on how many decisions you can make, decisions on what you can and cannot do. The person without any morals doesn't have any limits. He doesn't follow a code of morals that other people do, so he has more options. A lot of people assume that other people follow the same code of morals as they do. This leads to making naive decisions. The lesson here is that sometimes you have to do immoral things to achieve certain goals. Morals and kindness are nice ideas, but Niccolo Machiavelli believed that one must do what they had to do to survive and succeed. Here's a quote from Niccolo Machiavelli that relates to this. Any man who tries to be good all the time is bound to come to ruin among the great number who are not good. Hence, the prince who wants to keep his authority must learn how not to be good, and use that knowledge, or refrain from using it as necessity requires. Appear to be a good person. When you do things that's considered immoral or unconventional, you gotta hide it from people. You must appear moral, kind, friendly, generous, etc. But behind the scenes, you might have to act the exact opposite to achieve certain goals. If people found out the truth about what you really do, you would suffer hate and backlash from a lot of people. Despite your intentions, the majority would never understand, which is why it's important to show a desirable character to the majority. Learn how to manage people's perception of you. Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few really know what you are. Learn from great people. Niccolo Machiavelli believed you should try to imitate and learn from great people throughout history. In order to exercise your mind, you should read history and study the actions of great people from the past, examine the reasons for their victories and defeat. Picking up the knowledge and habits of successful people is always a wise thing to do. A prudent man should always follow in the path trodden by great men and imitate those who are most excellent, so that if he does not attain to their greatness, at any rate he will get some tinge of it. Don't increase the power of rivals. Be careful when helping others to become more powerful, because it can backfire on you. Niccolo Machiavelli used Louis XII as an example in his book. What Louis did was that he helped Pope Alexander increase his power. What Louis did not realize was that he weakened his own power and alienated himself from his allies. He used to be the only authority in Italy, but has now brought in a more powerful companion which drove Louis out. Louis destroyed the smaller powers and helped a single power in Italy to gain strength. Do not make the same mistake that Louis did. He who helps another man to power is setting himself up for ruin, because that power has been brought about by either diligence or force, both of which are suspect to the man who has newly become powerful. Better to have the populace as allies than the nobles. You should make every effort to win the goodwill of the people instead of the nobles. I will explain Machiavelli's reasoning for this. The nobles want to command and oppress the people. They have more power and can be useful. But there's a problem. You cannot command or govern as you please, because you're surrounded by powerful individuals that consider themselves your equal. But if you have the favor of the people, you will become unhampered, because more people are willing to obey you. You cannot shield yourself from the populace that's hostile towards you, because there's too many of them. But you can shield yourself from the nobles, because they are few in numbers. If you become powerful through the favor of the people, you must keep the people on your side. This should be simple enough, because all you need to do is not oppress them. He who wishes to be obeyed must know how to command. Alright, those are the 5 lessons from Niccolo Machiavelli. Leave a like and subscribe if this video provided value to you. Link in the description. You want to check out Niccolo Machiavelli's book. It's called The Prince. Thanks for watching. Make sure to fulfill your purpose. And farewell.